Hey guys, it's Liv and Beau, and we're here to give you guys a bit of an update on how we've been doing. Obviously our last video was a little while ago, and a lot has happened since then, and a lot of that is the reason why we haven't had a video, so I'll jump right into filling you guys in. First off, show off the little Beau man. He's doing awesome. He's supported standing himself up. He's looking around, he's cooing lots, he's smiling and laughing more. Definitely really drooly. He's dealing with reflux. That's been sort of one of our biggest challenges, I'd say. I don't know, I mean, I've read differences between reflux and silent reflux. I don't know if it's possible just to have both. Like sometimes he'll spit up and sometimes it's more just kind of like he chokes on it and nothing actually comes out. So regardless, it hasn't been fun for the little guy, but we're getting through. The biggest thing that we've done to treat it, obviously I looked at my diet first and foremost. Because of my own sensitivities, a lot of it I was already doing. Like, you're not supposed to have dairy if you think that there's reflux issues. Well, I already don't have dairy, so we knew it wasn't that. So we tried some other things, you know, made sure I didn't have tomatoes, and soy, it has been the most recent one that I took out. But we also started seeing, well, I was seeing this chiropractor before he came. But she came and she did some baby adjustments, which were super gentle. It was really interesting to see her work on him. She just applied, it's more like, I would equate it more to like acupressure than actual chiropractics. Because for me, like chiropractic, I think of like cracking the bones. But it's really gentle, and he actually quite enjoys it. I have a video, maybe I'll try and inserting it here, of him giggling. So I'll play that now.
Does it tickle or something? You were just laughing. Can you do it again for Dada? Are you being tickled? Beau! Are you being tickled? Does that tickle? Oh my gosh, you're so adorable.
So anyways, that was really cute. That was sort of his first full-on like kind of laughing fit. It was really fun. I didn't catch the beginning of it. The beginning was so loud and it was hilarious. But I managed to get the tail end of it, which is good enough, I guess. The chiro has seemed to help a lot. He still has reflux. It's not as bad. He's not inconsolable. And, you know, he doesn't seem to be as, you know, severe. Like, he doesn't spit up as much as he previously did. So at first, when we brought him home from the hospital, we were downstairs and we had him in the halo bassinet while we were sleeping. And then when we moved upstairs to the bedroom, we couldn't get the halo bassinet in a good position that we both could manage watching him. I wasn't comfortable with him being so far away that Eric was watching him. Eric's a much deeper sleeper than I am. And if he was on my side of the bed, I couldn't really pull him out, so I'd have to like knock Eric. He'd have to run around the bed. Anyways, it wasn't working for us once we were up in the bedroom, so we ended up co-sleeping with a doc-a-tot. I know a lot of people have differing views on co-sleeping, and that's perfectly acceptable. You do you, and I just try not to judge other people for their decisions because you never know what has led to those decisions. But for us, co-sleeping ended up being really a positive experience. We did it very safely. Eric and I had separate comforters, and he slept right up by our heads, and we were very conscious to make it the safest it could possibly be. But we also did want it to be sort of a short-term solution for ourselves. It was simply just while I was recovering, and then obviously we had to move into transitioning him. As he transitioned into his own, we couldn't put him into the halo bassin nest or whatever it's called with the doc-a-tot because when the ends were closed, he was too long. He was too long. Are you doing face? But we eventually decided to set up we have a Nuna play yard, but it has a bassinet setting. So we ended up setting that up, and we sort of transitioned him into that. We put it at the foot of our bed, and we put our heads there, and slept like that for a few nights, and then we sort of moved it away from the edge of the bed to the corner of the room, which is now his sort of space. And we're doing really well with that. He sleeps really well in that, and both for naps, sometimes for naps, but every night he's sleeping pretty good. He is up to close to 8 hours straight at night. He slept last night for 7.5, and then he usually goes for another 1.5 to 2 hours once he wakes up. But he flip-flops, right? Like, he has good nights and bad nights, of course, like we all do. So it varies. I mean, sometimes it's a 5-hour stretch, sometimes it's a 6-hour or 7-hour or whatever. So we feel very, very lucky, but we're not, I mean, we know how it can change overnight and how he can regress and all the rest of it. So we're just enjoying it while we have it. Obviously, the first couple times he slept really long. I didn't sleep. I woke up. I was checking on him, making sure he was breathing, like a good paranoid mother. And obviously, as my supply had to kind of figure itself out, so I would wake up in the night just like with really sore breasts because they were very full. So we had to kind of work through some of that stuff in the process. You are a wiggly little thing. We should do a quick little pause because another thing that's changed is that he's much more aware and he needs to be engaged more often. So he doesn't like to just sit. He's a very, I call him my little busy bee. He likes to constantly be entertained. He likes to see and look at different things. So I just took him over and wandered around looking at different things on the shelves behind us, or behind you guys. He likes to bounce. He likes to stand. Absolutely loves bath time because he can splash in the water, and Eric usually does bath time with him. That's sort of their night time together. And Eric will play like different songs and like, yeah, I don't know, they have a really good time at bath time. He's doing better with tummy time as well. He is not rolling over yet. He's lifting his head much better. We were having issues. He was only sort of looking to one side, and he wasn't lifting his head very much at all. And Cairo actually has helped with that as well, because I guess when they're transverse, they're sort of, you know, obviously they're wedged, and he kind of must have had some strain or whatever. And I guess also any kind of birth, there's trauma, and their necks and little bodies need a little help to realign themselves sometimes. I'm sure that all babies could probably benefit from it, but we definitely have seen a lot of positives come out of doing that. And not cheap though, so I don't know how long we can keep it up. So in terms of our breastfeeding journey, I don't know, I'd have to go back and watch our last video to figure out where we were at. We had the tongue tie procedure, release procedure, and that was traumatizing. I hated it. I felt like I shouldn't have done it. I had a lot of regret after doing it. I felt guilty as if it was for me and not really for his benefit. But now that we're through all that, I am glad that we did it. I'm not sure that it was the deciding factor in making things better, or if it was simply just time and like learning, the learning curve. But we are doing a lot better with everything. We're off the shield 100%. The only problem is now he won't take a bottle or a pacifier. So he's 100% reliant on me. And although I don't mind that, it just means that I can't really leave him. So, you know, I can't go off and do something further than like maybe an hour or tops 2 hours, because he might have like a little breakdown. Hi. Yes, Mom is talking. Ah. But yeah, so he's doing well and getting a good amount of food. He's gaining weight really well now. I think the last time that we had, like when we had our 2-month checkup, he was up into the, maybe closer to 15%. I'd have to look back at it, but he started off in the 2 percentile, and he is steadily climbing. And that's a huge relief because it was a big stress of ours in the beginning. He's also growing in the height percentile. He's definitely outgrown newborn, and he's outgrown 0 to 3. So he's into 3 to 6 for, what did I spit out? See? That's the reflux. You're okay. Alright, and I'm back, and you can probably see Beau's little feet here. He's just chilling in his own little space. He's smiling now. Sometimes he just doesn't want to be held either. He had a bit of reflux, and we walked around and we dealt with that. And then now he just wants to chill. So I'm letting him chill. Watching him very closely, obviously. So I was updating you sort of on his growth and clothes. And so what I was saying is that he has grown out of newborn for sure. But 0 to 3, if it's something that's like a full length, like a sleeper or anything like that, like a jumper, he doesn't really fit into it. But if they're separates, he can fit into them. Like he'll fit into pants in the waist, but they're not really long enough. So obviously like shorts are okay. Shirts are for the most part fine at 0 to 3. But he is basically into 3 to 6 months now. So that's really good considering when we brought him home, he was in preemie clothes for a little while and then newborn for a good stretch. So he kind of went through the 0 to 3 really quickly. And honestly, we put him in some of the 3 to 6 month sleepers, and I'm like, I don't know how long he's going to last in these either. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly he shoots up. He's definitely going through a growth spurt right now, but I just don't know how long it'll last or how much more he has to go. We are still swaddling him at night. We're using the, what is it? The Halo True Sack, is it? I'll have to check that. I don't know. I'll put my correction down here. But we just bought him the Merlin Magic Sleep Suit, and we're going to give that a go in the next couple weeks, probably, once he fits into it really well and everything. He does, in the day, he'll nap without being swaddled, so I'll just lay him down in his DockATot, in his play yard, pop-up crib, whatever you want to call it, and he'll just sleep. I usually put like a little light blanket if I'm watching him, just to kind of make him feel a bit cozier, but he'll just sleep. Even like how I have him laid down here, sometimes he'll just fall asleep. Obviously you don't want them napping on the couch or anything like that, but my point being is that he doesn't need to have his arms wrapped. His startle reflex seems to be getting better, so I'm hoping the Magic Sleep Suit will be a good transition for us. Some people swear by them, so we'll see how he likes them. Every baby's different. But I think I'm gonna leave our update there for now. The one big thing that I wanted to share with you guys is that we are planning on doing vlogmas. Now, I say planning because, as you know, we're not the best at following through all the time. That being said, I have a schedule outlined. I have plans and ideas, and I really would like to capture those memories, just even for our own sake. So it's something that I really would like to do. I just don't know that I can 100% guarantee that I will do it the whole time or that I won't miss a day here and there, but I'm definitely going to try. So that's my goal this year, is to do everyday vlogmas and take you guys along on our first holiday as a family, because this has been something that we've been waiting for a really, really long time. And if you're still going through your own journey, or if you're still in the wait, then you know that the holidays can be the hardest time of the year, for a lot of us anyways. And for me, I just know that there were so many Christmases that passed that I was just devastated that I still didn't have a little one to share those memories with, and that I couldn't start my own traditions. And you know, I'd get Christmas cards in the mail from other families, and it was really, really hard. So I really, around this time of year, try to be cognizant of that. And on our Instagram and the infertility trying to conceive community, I started, I guess, a sort of, there's a lot of exchanges that go on. So like a holiday ornament exchange, or a card exchange, or a Christmas mug exchange. But I wanted there to be something where those of us on the other side of the infertility journey kind of gave back. And so we set up this Holiday Angels event, I guess you could call it, where those of us who have our miracles send a little care package to someone still in the wait. So I don't know, that was just my one little way of, it's a bit weird when you go through infertility and then you're finally, this is our first holiday where I don't have that pain, but I remember it so, so well. And so I feel sort of in this in-between place where I don't quite fit in with all of the families that just enjoy this time blissfully unaware of that pain. Not that everyone does, I just mean that, you know, I imagine it's not as top of mind as it is with someone who dealt with it. But I'm also not still in that pain. So anyways, it'll be an interesting holiday for me. A lot of gratitude. This Thanksgiving was one full of a lot of gratitude for sure, and excited to see what this holiday has in store. We're going to stick around in Texas, and my mom might be coming to join us, and lots of fun activities to do. Right now, our I have family in town actually as we speak. They're all off on the road today, but my dad and stepmom are in from Ireland, and my brother and sister-in-law and their son, so my nephew, are in as well from Canada. So really full house at the moment, and lots to get done. So excited to be kicking off the holiday season, and I hope you guys will join us. But if not, until next time, thanks for watching. Bye!